Welcome to your daily writing habit, episode number 957. If you are writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book but you need some help getting it done, you are in the right place. Good morning. Happy Thursday, everyone. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh. If you're looking for me online, look for Christine Inc., like that stuff we write with. Each day, I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 20 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they can even turn a quote-unquote non-author, someone who really doesn't see themselves that way, into a published one. Those three things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Here's today's quote. Never give up on something that you can't go a day without thinking about. Winston Churchill. And once again, good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. You know, it's usually easier to quit a hobby, no matter how passionate you are about it, than it is to quit a paying job. Quitting a job is connected to negative consequences, not the least of which is being a lost paycheck and method of paying the bills and, like living and surviving and stuff. The downside of quitting a hobby are slightly less tangible. For example, the removal of a source of great joy and excitement in your life, but the bills still get paid. And that's why for some, the decision to quit an optional activity is all too easy, especially if the emotional investment is thin. Writing a book falls under that category. Writing a book takes time, thought, diligence, good writing habits, sometimes research, persistence, and a mess of other forms of effort. The challenges can easily outweigh the joys of the race and the potential payoffs at the finish line and beyond. Quite frankly, when you're fighting through your third brain cramp by the halfway point of your book, you might find yourself wondering, why even bother? Why not quit? Your hobby suddenly seems expendable. I get it, which is why I want to give you the best possible defenses against quitting writing your book to draw from during those times. So here are some questions that you can use to prevent yourself from quitting during those challenging times when quitting seems like a perfectly reasonable and acceptable decision. So here are 3 questions to ask yourself when you want to quit. Number 1, how long have you wanted this? Number 2, how will you feel if you let it go? Number 3, why did you start in the first place? Is that reason still valid, or do you need to find a new one? Now let's dig even deeper with some more anti-quitting strategies, because I am super invested in you not quitting on your book. So here are some additional strategies. What will it really take for you to finish writing your book? And this is not to be confused with the anxiety-driven fears and negative self-talk in your head about the seas that must be parted and water turned into wine in order for you to write this book. Write down the actual obstacles and problems to be solved that are standing between you and your completed manuscript, and who can help you solve these problems. Find that person. Next, how many of your worries are actually about writing your book? Versus the worries you're currently entertaining about things that happen further down the road, like publishing and launch and marketing and sales. Those things are very important, but if worrying about them, rather than strategizing about them, is getting in the way of you writing a great book, then your priorities are out of order. To be clear, working on your book launch and publishing and content marketing and sales strategies, those are smart decisions. But merely worrying about them without taking action and allowing that worry to become book writing procrastination, that's not good. Here's one more anti-quitting strategy. What can you do right now to reconnect with your book and your initial excitement that you once felt about writing it? Is there one story or scene or lesson that you envisioned when you first came up with your book idea? Don't wait a second longer. No matter where you are in your book, stop what you're doing and write that passion piece now. The scene, the story, the lesson, the thing that initial spark that made you excited about writing the book. If you've already written it, go work on it some more now. Just reconnect with that spark in some way. Find the emotional spark that set off your book project and stoke it. Above all, don't quit. If that seems like an impossible request, find some other authors to talk to, like my Inc. Authors group on Facebook, or contact me personally for a pep talk. I'll put the link to my website in the show notes, christine-ink.com. Keep going. You might not believe it now, but you've got this. Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. And I would be so appreciative if you could subscribe or follow the show wherever you are listening to it now and leave a review while you're there. Thank you so much. Until tomorrow, happy writing.